This is a micro lecture for Chapter 1. I'm going to talk about what is just a core concept that will really gives us the framework for the entire class. We're going to talk about the 4 tasks of management. And you can take as many management classes as you want. You will talk about these 4 things. I just about guarantee it. So this underpins all management theory. So the 4 tasks of management are, and I want you to notice the way it's set up in this chart, is that it's a continuous and dynamic process where one interacts with the other. It's not a linear process where you do one, stop doing that, then do the next, stop doing that, and do the next. That's not how the process is set up. So, bottom line is there are 4 of them, and we typically think of it by starting with something called planning. And this is basically where an organization chooses the goals and courses of action to best achieve those goals when they create plans. The plans can be at a very high level, strategic level, or they can be at a very low level. We will talk about this in more detail in an upcoming chapter. Once the plan's established, then we think about, well, how are we going to organize the people and the resources of the organization to help us achieve these goals. So that's where the step of organization comes in. Again, we will talk about that in a lot more detail in a future class. And once the organization is there, we have to think about how are we going to lead this organization? How do we motivate, make sure that everybody's working in unison towards the same goals? So we'll talk about leading as another topic. And then once this is established and in place, we think of the organization then taking a look backwards. When we hear about controlling, it's not under my thumb kind of controlling that we might think about when we think about management, but it's controlling from the standpoint of making sure that we have systems in place to accurately measure whether we are making appropriate progress towards our goals that we came up with in this first stage through all these different processes. And the controlling will allow us to then correct our course and then rethink planning. So you can see how that kind of fits into a total loop. These are the 4 tasks of management. It's basically the structure of the class. We'll refer to all 4 of these as we go along, and they're very important for you to know.